And now, Andrew Does Everything proudly presents Cinderella, based on the story of Cinderella. Once upon a time, there lived a young girl named Cinderella. Cinderella had 3 ugly, mean stepsisters named Olive, Nina, and Esme. Olive, Nina, and Esme made Cinderella do all the chores. "Sweep the floors, wash the dishes," said Olive, Nina, and Esme. One day, the king of Onlyville's messenger said, hear ye, the king of Onlyville is going to throw a ball. And whoever has the most beautiful gown and crown shall marry his son, Prince Singling. But Cinderella is not welcome. Her stepsisters are. Olive said, he's going to marry me. Nina said, no way, Olive. He's going to marry me. Esme said, both of you are wrong. He's going to marry me. Later, Cinderella is so sad that she cannot go to the ball and marry Prince Singling. Suddenly, her fairy godmother arrives and asks Cinderella what is wrong. Why are you crying, Cinderella? She asks. Cinderella responds, I wanted her to go to the ball and marry Prince Singling, but I'm not welcome. The fairy godmother waved her wand and chanted the magic word, Winnity, Waterity, one! And then, Cinderella's chores are all done. But the fairy godmother is not done yet. She said, Cinderella, go fetch me a good old pumpkin. Luckily, Cinderella has one pumpkin. The fairy godmother waved her magic wand and chanted the magic word, Winnity, Waterity, one! Again, and to turn Cinderella's do-rag and clothes into a gown. I've never seen such a wonderful gown. I get a load of my glass slippers, and then the pumpkin into a carriage drawn by 2 strong horses. The fairy godmother said, have fun, Cinderella, but I will warn you, return home before midnight, or the spell will be broken. Cinderella accepted the warning. Meanwhile, at the ball, Prince Singling was wondering who he should marry. Olive, Nina, and Esme said all together, he's walking towards me. But he's not walking towards any of them. He's walking towards Cinderella. Cinderella and Prince Singling dance happily together. But later, Cinderella realized it's almost midnight. So she scurried out of the ball, and she was running so fast that she lost one of her glass slippers. Prince Singling was so worried that he might never see Cinderella again. So he traveled around Onlyville to find her and brought the glass slipper with him. He knocked on the door of the house where her Cinderella and her stepsisters lived. He said, ladies, I have a favor to ask. Can any of you try this glass slipper? Olive is first, but her foot is too big. Nina is next, but her foot is too small. Esme is last, but her foot didn't fit either. Suddenly, Prince Singling noticed Cinderella singing. Cinderella said, Prince Singling, is that you? Prince Singling said, of course it's me. Cinderella gets so excited because she's having to have her Prince Singling back. And they lived happily ever after. The end. I hope you enjoyed this story before bed, Hinder's Doors. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share to my video. Take care. Bye and good night, everybody. Andrew's Doers. Andrew Does Everything proudly presents Cinderella 2 Wishes Come True. It's this. It is based on Cinderella 2 Dreams Come True. Once upon two times, Cinderella and Prince Singling were happily married. 6 months later, they are pregnant, but Cinderella is sick, so the baby might die. Cinderella's fairy godmother knows a spell that can cure her. She chants the magic words, Winnerly, Wannerly, One, and waves her magic wand. And the baby is cured. And the baby is a boy named Oliver. Olive, Nina, and Esme have a few tricks up their sleeves, though. They are complaining about not marrying Prince Singling. Another 6 months later, Oliver is almost 6 months old. And he can't wait to have his royal birthday party, and it's tomorrow. The next day is Oliver's royal birthday party. Cinderella asks, what about our gift, father-in-law? Oliver has now a magical necklace previously owned by the King of Onlyville when he was a baby. He needs to make a wish, rub the jewel on it, and the wish will come true. The King of Onlyville's magic wakes him up now. Sees that Olive, Nina, and Esme are breaking into the party. He says, oh no, they're trouble! Oh, big trouble! He then goes over to the king and tells him, Your Majesty, your son and daughter-in-law are in trouble. The King of Onlyville gets so infuriated, he yells, sound the alarm! The King of Onlyville blows a trumpet that the king's guards hear an attack. Olive, Nina, and Esme attempt to escape. Oliver said, and I wish Olive, Nina, and Esme are trapped, rubs the jewel on it. Olive, Nina, and Esme are now trapped in the castle's dungeon. And so, the birthday party is saved. And he, alongside his parents, lives happily ever after. The end. Andrew's Doors, I hope you enjoyed this story. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share on Andrew Does Everything. And buy our merchandise. Take care. Bye. And now, Andrew Does Everything proudly presents you guys Andrew's Doors Cinderella 3, Love and Glee, the second sequel to Cinderella based on the story of Cinderella. Let's tell you the story, shall we? Once upon 3 times, Cinderella and Prince Singling really loved each other. Well, that's about to change, thanks to Olive, Nina, and Esme, who are making a single forever breakup potion. The most evil magic potion known to Onlyville. The next day is Oliver's very first birthday party. Olive, Nina, and Esme sneak up behind a fence next to the gate to the party. Cinderella's fairy godmother tries to stop them, but Olive, Nina, and Esme steal her wand and lock her up, and then splash the potion on Cinderella and Prince Singling, who are breaking up. Oliver asks Cinderella's fairy godmother, "Is there anything I could do to reverse it?" Cinderella's fairy godmother explained that there's only one thing that can reverse the single forever breakup potion. The 1+1 bat together potion. It needs 10 apples from the garden of the whistling nose, 11 dashes of 1,000 unicorns, and the most important ingredient of all, one huge dose of love. First, Oliver needs 10 apples. The whistling nose is very kind. He even lets Oliver have his 10 apples from his trees. Next, he needs 11 dashes of 1,000 unicorns. Hey, the whistling nose already has 11,000 unicorns. Later, back at home, Oliver makes the 1+1 bat together potion, and Cinderella and Prince for singling are bat together, and Cinderella's fairy godmother got her wand back. And they all lived happily ever after. The end. Andrew's Doers, if you want to see maybe on someday Cinderella 4, The Legend of Mount Singlemore, tell your friends about it. And if you, maybe this can be a 22N daily tradition, etc. Take care, Andrew's Doers. Bye. And now, Andrew's Doers, Andrew Does Everything proudly presents 29erella. It is for the 2,900 special. It is based on the story of Cinderella. Let's tell you the story, shall we? Once upon a time, there was a young girl named 29erella. 29erella had 10 ugly, wicked, mean stepsisters. Hers named Tina, Winona, Elena, Nina, Tanya, Yadina, Natalia, Isabella, Nadina, and Erica. Altera made 29erella do all the chores. Sweep the floors, wash the dishes, do it all, said Tina to Erica all together. One day, the king of November Vigilant's messenger said, hear ye, the king of November Vigilant is going to throw a ball. And whoever has the most beautiful gown and crown shall marry his son, Prince November Vigilant. But 29erella is not welcome. Her stepsisters are. They then argue over who will marry Prince November Vigilant later. 29erella is so sad that she can't go to the ball and marry Prince November Vigilant. Suddenly, her fairy godmother asks her what's wrong by saying, why are you crying, 29erella? 29erella responds, I can't go to the ball and marry Prince November Vigilant. 29erella's fairy godmother said, I can help with a bit of magic, and waved her magic wand. Because of that, 29erella's chores are all done. But her fairy godmother is not done yet. She said, 29erella, go fetch me a pumpkin. Luckily, 29erella has 29 pumpkins. 29erella's fairy godmother waved her magic wand again to turn the 29 pumpkins into a handsome throne drawn by 58 strong horses. And then 29erella's reclothed into a gown and crown. 29erella said, I've never seen such a 29-tastic gown. And get a hold of my glass slippers. Her fairy godmother said, have fun, 29erella. But I would warn you, return home before midnight, or the spell will be broken and everything will change back to the way it was before. 29erella accepted the warning. Meanwhile, at the ball, Prince November Tupling was wondering who he should marry. He is walking towards me, said Tina to Erica all together, but he's not walking towards any of them. He's walking towards 29erella. 29erella and Prince November Tupling dance happily together. But later, 29erella realized it's almost midnight, so she scurried out of the ball. And she was running so fast that she lost one of her glass slippers. Prince November Tupling was so worried that he might never see 29erella again. So he traveled all around November Tupling to find her and brought the glass slipper with him. He knocked on the door of the house where 29erella and her 10 ugly, mean stepsisters lived. But instead of 29erella, he finds her Tina to Erica. Prince November Tupling then said, ladies, I have a favor to ask. Can you try on this glass slipper? Unfortunately, none of their feet are the right size. Suddenly, Prince November Tupling notices 29erella's sweet singing. 29erella gets so excited because she's happy to have Prince November Tupling back. And Prince November Tupling doesn't have to put the glass slipper back on her foot because it's so uncomfortable. And they both lived happily ever after. The end. And good night, Andrew's Doers. And I've been debating on making the sequels maybe a bit of a tradition. Take care. Bye. And now, Andrew's Doers. Andrew Knows Everything proudly presents 29erella 2, 29 Wishes Come True. A sequel to 29erella, based on the story of Cinderella. Let's tell you the story, shall we, Andrew's Doers? Once upon two times, 29erella and Prince November Tupling were happily married. But Tina, Winona, Elena, Nina, Tanya, Yadina, Nalia, Isabella, Nadia, and Erica have lots of tricks up their sleeves. They're complaining about not marrying Prince November Tupling. Several months later, 29erella is pregnant but sick. Very, very sick. So the baby might die. 29erella's fairy godmother knows a spell that can cure her. So she waves her magic wand. And the cured baby's a girl named Nova. To celebrate Nova's birth, a fireworks show. A few weeks later, Nova is growing up so fast. And as a gift, as a reward, a magical necklace. But the king of November Tupling only remembers one thing it does. Make a wish and rub the jewel on it. Meanwhile, Tina, Winona, Elena, Nina, Tanya, Yadina, Nalia, Isabella, Nadia, and Erica are trying to think of a way to stop 29erella and Prince November Tupling. Erica, the youngest stepsister, had a plan. Steal 29 of the fairy godmother's magic wand. But when they try, Nova uses her magical necklace to turn them into stone statues. And 29erella's fairy godmother uses her magic wand by saying, I wish my evil stepmother would stop while 29's very godmother uses her magic wand and waves it. Because of that, when the magic combines, Tina, Winona, Elena, Nina, Tanya, Natalia, Isabella, Nadia, and Erica are turned into stone statues. And so, Nova, along with 29 Cinderella and Prince Nova Jelly, lived happily ever after. The end. And, Andrew's Doors, I hope you enjoyed this story. And I bet you're going to love 29 Cinderella 3, November Trouble, Love, and Glee. Just don't forget to subscribe, like, and share on Andrew Knows Everything. And buy our merchandise on andrewknowseverything.com. And don't forget to watch more videos too. And Rolling Stone gathers no algae. Remember, Rolling Button gathers no seeds. Take care. Bye. And now Andrew's Doers. Andrew Does Everything proudly presents 29 Cinderella 3, November Vegetable Love and Glee, a second sequel to 29 Cinderella, based on the story of Cinderella with a bit of a twist. Let's tell you the story, shall we, Andrew's Doers? Once upon 3 times, 29 Cinderella and Prince November Vegetable really loved each other. Well, that's about to change thanks to Tina, Winona, Elena, Nina, Tanya, Udina, Natalia, Isabella, Nadia, and Erica. We're making a terrible 29 times breakup potion. The most evil magic potion known to November Ham. They sneak up behind a tree. 29 Cinderella's fairy godmother tries to stop them, but they lock her up, steal her magic wand, and splash the terrible 29 times breakup potion on 29 Cinderella and Prince November who are now breaking up. Nova asks her grandfather, the king of November Ham, is there anything we can do to reverse the terrible 29 times breakup potion on mommy and daddy? In which the king of November Ham explains that there's only one thing to reverse the terrible 29 times breakup potion. The November Back Together potion, which is hidden in an ancient temple at the top of Mount 29er Minor Moor. To get to the top of 29er Minor Moor, Nova needs to face some obstacles. Watch out, my granddaughter, if you do not get the November Back Together potion into November Ham before the sun sets, your parents will be divorced forever, said the king of November Ham. And so Nova accepted the warning. But how am I going to get there? She asks. A winged horse flies to help and gives her a ride. Later, the first obstacle is a dragon. Roar! Luckily, Nova pulls out a sword stuck on an anvil, and then she succeeds. Nova slays the dragon. The second obstacle is Tumble launching cannonballs. Luckily, Nova spots someone's shield and uses it to protect herself from the cannonballs. Suddenly, Nova's sword glows and blasts out a magical beam that destroys the cannonballs. This must be the magical sword of 29 times justice. The third and final booby trap The obstacle is booby traps. Luckily, Nova has spotted a knight's forgotten armor, put it on, and dodges through the body traps, and just in time. Nova has the November rigid tumble back together, pushing before the sun sets, and not a minute too soon. 29 Rala and Prince Nova rigid tumbling are back together, not divorced anymore. And 29-year-old's fairy godmother got her magic wand back. The king of November Tumblingham is so impressed that he declares his granddaughter a knight, otherwise known as Nova, November Tumblingham's only flying knight. And she, her parents, and her grandfather lived happily ever after. The end. I hope you enjoyed this story. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share on Andrew Does Everything. And buy our merchandise at andrewdoeseverything.com. And take care. Bye.